Have you ever paused to think about who truly controls the world's wealth and power? Is it governments with their policies, corporations with their influence, or an unseen elite shaping decisions behind closed doors? Today, we're not just scratching the surface. We're diving deep into the intricate web of power and influence. The systems that determine how resources flow and who benefits from them might seem invisible, but they're closer to your everyday life than you think. Whether it's the cost of living, the value of your paycheck, or even your vote in an election, these systems impact it all. Understanding how wealth concentration works isn't just for economists or politicians. It's essential knowledge for anyone navigating this world. So if you've ever wondered why the rich keep getting richer, or why certain policies seem to favor the few over the many, this video is for you. Let's pull back the curtain and explore the hidden mechanisms behind who truly holds the purse strings. Wealth and power are often two sides of the same coin, but when we dig into the numbers, the reality is even more striking. Did you know that in the United States, the top 1% of households control more wealth than the entire bottom 90% combined? This is not just a statistic. It's a reflection of a system where economic rewards are distributed unevenly. When wealth becomes concentrated in the hands of a small elite, it doesn't just stay in their bank accounts. It translates into influence over policies, markets, and even cultural narratives. Take a moment to consider this. How does this concentration of wealth affect democracy? Can we truly have a government by the people, for the people, when those with deep pockets can buy greater access and sway decisions? The implications are profound. A society with high wealth inequality often sees reduced social mobility, meaning that no matter how hard you work, your chances of breaking into the elite club are slim. This creates a cycle where the wealthy not only preserve their status, but continue to grow their influence, leaving others struggling to catch up. But what causes this concentration? Is it just the result of hard work and innovation? Or is there a system at play, a set of rules and practices that favor those who already have a head start? We're not here to vilify success, but we do need to question whether the playing field is fair. Because when wealth and power concentrate unchecked, the effects ripple through society, touching every aspect of our lives. From the prices we pay at the grocery store to the opportunities available to our children. Now let's zoom in on one of the key drivers of wealth concentration: corporate influence. Corporations are no longer just entities that produce goods or services. They have become powerful players capable of shaping laws, steering public opinion, and even influencing global events. Here's how it works. Corporations spend billions of dollars every year on lobbying efforts. This isn't just about advocating for favorable policies. It's about ensuring their interests come first, often at the expense of the public. For example, think about the pharmaceutical or energy industries. When these corporations lobby for deregulation or tax breaks, they're not just trying to maximize their profits. They're reshaping entire markets. And the ripple effects are felt by you and me. Through higher prices, environmental impact, and limited choices. Then there's the issue of campaign donations. Wealthy individuals and corporations can donate staggering sums to political candidates. These donations often come with strings attached, subtly or not so subtly, influencing policy decisions. Consider this. When a politician relies on large donors to fund their campaign, whose interests are they more likely to prioritize once elected? The average voters? Or the donors who help them win? This dynamic creates a feedback loop. Politicians favor policies that benefit corporations and wealthy individuals, further concentrating wealth and influence at the top. Meanwhile, the majority of people are left feeling disconnected from the political process, believing their voices don't matter as much as money does. This isn't just speculation, it's a reality backed by research. Studies have shown that policies are often more aligned with the preferences of the wealthy than those of the general population. But what does this mean for our democracy? Can we truly say we have a government that represents all of us when financial contributions hold such sway? The influence of money in politics isn't new, but its scale and impact have grown significantly in recent years. To understand this better, we need to connect the dots between corporate lobbying, campaign donations, and the policies that shape our everyday lives. Now let's shift our focus to financial institutions, the backbone of our modern economy, but also a key player in the concentration of wealth and power. Banks, hedge funds, and other financial entities don't just handle your money. They shape economies, dictate market trends, and influence the distribution of resources on a global scale. But how exactly does this happen? At the core of this system is a practice known as fractional reserve banking. This allows banks to lend out the majority of the money you deposit, keeping only a small fraction as reserves. This creates a multiplier effect where the same dollar is effectively used multiple times in the economy. While this fuels economic growth, it also concentrates wealth and creates vulnerabilities. For instance, financial crises often begin when banks overextend themselves, lending recklessly without sufficient reserves. When these institutions falter, the impact ripples across the globe, affecting millions who had no say in these decisions. Hedge funds and private equity firms add another layer of complexity. These entities manage vast sums of money, often for the ultra-wealthy, and use sophisticated strategies to maximize returns. But these strategies sometimes come at a cost to ordinary people, whether through the closure of businesses, the loss of jobs, or the manipulation of markets. Consider predatory lending practices. Financial institutions often target vulnerable communities with high-interest loans, creating cycles of debt that are almost impossible to escape. Meanwhile, the profits from these loans are funneled to shareholders and executives, further widening the gap between the wealthy and the rest of society. This isn't just about numbers on a spreadsheet. It's about the real-world consequences for families, communities, and entire nations. When financial institutions prioritize short-term profits over long-term stability, they put everyone at risk. So the next time you see a bank's quarterly earnings report or hear about a hedge fund's record-breaking returns, ask yourself, who benefits from this? And at what cost? To bring these concepts closer to home, let's look at a real-world example. The Walton family and Walmart. The Waltons are among the wealthiest families in the world, with a combined net worth exceeding $200 billion. But this isn't just a story of success, it's a case study in how wealth and power reinforce each other. Walmart's business model is built on efficiency and low costs, which has undeniably brought affordable goods to millions of customers. But at what price? First, consider the impact on small businesses. Walmart's dominance has made it nearly impossible for many local shops to compete. When a Walmart opens in a community, studies show that local retailers often close their doors within a few years. This doesn't just hurt business owners. It affects the entire community, reducing job opportunities and weakening local economies. Next, think about Walmart's labor practices. Despite its enormous wealth, the company has faced criticism for offering low wages, limited benefits, and challenging working conditions. Many Walmart employees rely on government assistance to make ends meet, effectively shifting the cost of low prices onto taxpayers. The Walton family story isn't unique. It's a microcosm of how wealth and power operate in today's economy, illustrating the broader dynamics we've been discussing. So while Walmart may be a convenient place to shop, its success raises critical questions about fairness, equity, and the true cost of low prices. What can we learn from all this? The interconnectedness of wealth, power, and societal structures isn't just a theoretical concept. It's a reality that shapes every aspect of our lives. First, we see that concentrated wealth doesn't just stay in private hands. It influences public policy, corporate practices, and even cultural norms, often to the detriment of the majority. Second, we understand that financial institutions and corporations are not neutral actors. They actively shape the rules of the game, leveraging their resources to maintain and expand their dominance. Finally, we recognize the power of awareness. Knowledge is the first step toward change. By understanding these dynamics, we can begin to ask the right questions and demand greater accountability from those in power. So, what can you do? Start by staying informed. Seek out reliable sources of information and question narratives that serve the interests of the elite. Support policies that promote equity, such as progressive taxation, campaign finance reform, and stronger regulations on financial institutions. And perhaps most importantly, use your voice. Whether it's through voting, activism, or conversations with friends and family, your perspective matters. Together, we can challenge the status quo and work toward a system that benefits everyone, not just the privileged few. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the hidden systems of wealth and power. We've explored how financial institutions, corporate influence, and concentrated wealth shape our world. We've seen the impact on democracy, equality, and everyday lives. And we've asked tough questions about who truly benefits and who pays the price. But this is just the beginning. Change starts with understanding, and understanding starts with conversations like these. So what are your thoughts? Who do you think holds the real power in today's economy? And what steps can we take to create a fairer, more inclusive society? Share your ideas in the comments, and don't forget to check out my next video, where we'll dive even deeper into the forces shaping our financial future. If you found this video insightful, give it a like, subscribe for more, and share it with someone who might find it thought-provoking. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and stay empowered.